Also, just to your point about the different responses, and I write about this in the book, and this is a big part of the literature on developmental science, but temperament really is real. And I like how Dr. Thomas Boyce talks about it as orchids, dandelions, and then later folks said they studied tulips. But it's like a way of looking at how the environment influences you. That's kind of, you're born this way, right? You come into this world, has nothing to do with anything that your parents have done. You are responding to the wind in a different way than the next child. And so an orchid is going to thrive in certain sunlight, water, and soil. But we've all, or maybe not all of us, but I certainly have tried to raise orchids and they're like, it's like a stump.
Yes.
Because I wasn't sensitive enough to that particular flower's need. And so I learned about the plants that needed less and I could fill my house with those. But you can't do that with kids.
Yeah.
And so, but like a dandelion child, and these are real, like they studied these orchid babies for real, like as babies, not as actual flowers, but just labeled them as orchids and dandelions. And a dandelion is probably going to grow with just like your basic sunlight, water, and soil, your basic love connection and some boundaries and rules. If you have a kid that isn't thriving and that's happening, then it's very courageous, it's very vulnerable, but asking ourselves like, what do I need to give in order for this flower to bloom? And it's going to be different for every child. So it's not like you have one way to parent and that's it.